What's up, my nerds? This is Stuck Lid here, and I wanted to do this is my first video, and it's on my Windows 98 machine. Now, I had a bunch of audio in my videos, and it's gone. I don't know what happened. Also, the quality varies, and there's gonna be a bunch of cutting and shit in this one. Maybe not my others, because of how extremely fucked it's been. I have a nice camera I can use, but I have terrible lighting conditions, and I have my phone, and I had to switch between my phone and the camera because the camera wasn't working as well. So, anyways, to give you the rundown, in this video, I had to reinstall Windows 98 SE on my custom Pentium 4, yes, I know, Pentium 4 computer, so I had a working Windows 98 machine. This computer has, as I said, a Pentium 4 1.4 gigahertz, 512 megabytes of RAM, and a 80 gig hard drive, but it's only registering like 8 gigs right now because I screwed up with it, but whatever, I don't really care. I'll delete games when it comes down to it and when I need more room, because no game is going to be that big that I'm going to own and or install on this thing. That'd be for like an XP machine if I actually wanted something like that. Excuse me. So with that being said, I wanted to explain a few things. One of the cool little things that happened I stumbled upon lately was I had been trying to install Windows 98 SE on this computer for a while. I was never successful. My USB floppy reader never was able to write properly, probably because I use Windows 10. So I never had the ability to boot from a flash drive, from a floppy disk. And you may be thinking, wow, you're a dumbass, why not just use CD? Well, I did, and that wasn't working either. It's like, alright, whatever. So I tried to use CDs. I burnt myself a Windows 98 SE CD. I don't have a CD player reader in my main computer, so I had to go to someone else's computer for it. Well, when I made the disk, I made a few, and then I put one in and put them all in. Apparently I didn't actually put them all in, but I put one in, and it wasn't working. I was like, alright, whatever. So one day I come back and I try to mess with it again. Another issue, actually, a little off topic, was a little heatsink came loose inside the computer because a little clip holding it in broke. So I tried to put it in the other two little clip holders with the metal bar that was holding it down, and it was just not going to work. It was not facing the right direction, and it was only made to go on that one. So I took a paper clip and bent it and made it mimicked the old part and bent it in place so that it would go in there easily. I can actually take it out too if I ever need to replace it, or the thermal paste underneath. So that was a big reason why I didn't use it as well, but now that's in there, so it's good to go. But the gist was, I decided that I was going to try to install Windows 98 again. And then I put a CD into there. It didn't boot. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I went through the BIOS, I checked everything. Then I put another CD in. I found it was blank. I was like, this is one of the CDs I used. What if it works? And holy shit, it worked. I got Windows 98. The command prompt, or the prompt for it, to pop up, and I about had a aneurysm or something, because it was just like, holy crap, it worked. Well, it turns out that that's actually my boot disk that I was trying to put on the floppy disk the entire time. I don't know how I managed to do that. And then I had my install disk, so it worked out actually in the long run. I just had to switch out my install disk, got it installed and everything. Okay, so I'm happy. Well, then this is where the tedious 2-day process comes in. I've got Windows 98 installed. This is my first install of Windows 98 ever. Now I have to find the drivers, because this is a Windows XP era 2000 machine, but it's still got 98 drivers. I spent more than 2 days. I spent 3 days looking for the motherboard. I had gotten the graphics drivers installed. It's got a Radeon 7200. I think I forgot to mention that. I had a network card installed. By the way, another fun fact, as I was installing it and it was doing the plug and play hardware device, the This was the first time, by the way, not this current video that you're seeing. This is the second time reinstalling. The first time, when it was doing the plug and play detection for all the hardware for the first time, after rebooting, it would blue screen because it was hanging on the network card. Took the network card out and it worked. So there was that. But I put the network card back in, got the drivers for that. The next thing I got driver-wise, my bad, was actually a USB driver that was small enough to fit onto a floppy from Windows 98 SE. And I could put it, actually, I found a floppy. I have tons, but I found a floppy that was working in my USB floppy reader, and it was able to drag and drop onto it. It wasn't able to write. I know they're this kind of the same thing, but it wasn't able to write a floppy image onto it, but I could drag and drop. Anyways, so I put it on there, ripped it, pulled it off, ripped it off the floppy, and bam, it worked. So then I started transferring everything through USB 2.0, which is great. This computer has two USB 2.0 ports, which is literally perfect. I actually have to use a USB keyboard because I don't have a PS2 keyboard, which blows, actually, but whatever. It's fine, I don't need the extra ports anyways, really. Besides for the keyboard and the, actually, I don't need them at all. They're there. So, I get everything installed, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is good. But there's one thing that's missing, and it's my audio. Holy shit. This is what I spent the longest time on. So I spent the 3 days trying to figure out what my audio drivers were. I installed everything under the sun. Realtek AC97, C Media, it was dumb. Eventually, I came across, I looked at my motherboard, and I was like, I know what motherboard is, a Soyo. Soyo went out of business, by the way, if you guys didn't know. I think it was 2010? Maybe it was 2013. Might have been way before, actually. So anyways, I look up the model. I can't find it. It's not showing up. So eventually I go through and go to a motherboard list for Soyo, and I Google each and every one until I find it. I'm like, that's the motherboard. That's the one I have. Funny story. The reason I was able to identify it beyond for the look was the heatsink, right? A small heatsink, maybe for chipset or for something. I think maybe it was like a controller or something. I don't know, but it was a little. It was the little heatsink that I had to fix. So that worked out. I finally find it, and I'm like, okay, here's the audio drivers. Well, I installed the audio drivers. Well, C Media, never installed it. WDM, would not actually install. Went to the registry, deleted all of it. Didn't work. So I'm sitting here like, man, this blows. I really want to play Total Annihilation. That needs audio. I'd really like to play all my games with audio too. Well, I'm like, all right, last solution, we'll just reinstall Windows 98. That's what you guys see here. And it went super smooth. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I got everything running right afterwards. All my drivers were installed super smooth. I got audio. I got super happy. I wish I could show you. If I can get the audio, I will. And I just want you guys to know that this experience was amazing. And I'm going to show you guys some clips of some of the games I've installed and played. It's ranging from Doom to Quake to Slave Zero. I have actually, after the recordings, installed, let's see, I looked at Dino Crisis, Pinball FX, which I think I got a recording of, SimCity 3000. Here, let's pull it up right now. I've got the machine running. I installed 3D Ultra Pinball 2, Counter-Strike, the original. I own the physical for it. Slave Zero, great game. Doom 95 with a Doom 1, 2, Final, and Ultimate Doom, Final Doom, and Doom 2 WADs. Excuse me. Of course, it just said SimCity 3000 and Total Annihilation, alongside Quake, and I think I installed Rayman and another program which I will be reviewing soon. Maybe not a review, but an overview, just to play around which is Orbit 3.0 Voyage Through the Solar System. It's by Softkey. I have yet to really mess with it. It's just it's an interactive space thing. You can learn a lot. Hey, my phone went off. But yeah, I hope to do a video on it soon. So that'll be fun. But yeah, everything is running completely smooth except for maybe Counter-Strike, because I just blew the settings up exponentially. And another funny story. This is I used to use the same machine up until 2013. It was running XP. My laptop had kind of ate it, and this is what I was using. This is what I had. I was running Linux on my laptop at the time, and my laptop kind of was better than this, but not really. And I couldn't get Windows back on it. I didn't really care. So I used this with XP, and I played it for an entire summer as I was staying at my aunt's house. This was my aunt's and my uncle's computer, and I played Counter-Strike on it. I mean, this is actually where my love for retro gaming began, was this computer right here. Retro computer gaming, I consider 90s and even early 2000s at this point, like 2000, 2001, to kind of be retro, or getting there, maybe even up to Half-Life 2. I know the game's current, but running on older hardware is what I mean. Like, it can really push, and it's really fun to see what you can do. And I pushed it. I played games like Tyrion 2000. I played my first Ultima game, System Shock 2. Like I said earlier, I played a shit ton of Counter-Strike 1.6. I love that game to death. I love Counter-Strike. I'd always played Source on my laptop before Windows went bye-bye. And I just had so many memories with it. And I also remember that summer I used to watch... Thanks, phone, you're ruining everything. I need to put that on Do Not Disturb. I'll put it in a minute. But I used to watch Lazy Game Reviews. He's another dude who got me into this. So thanks a lot to LGR. But yeah, so this is this video. It's been the install of Windows 98 over my talking. Next time I'm gonna do a live talk. I already have it set up where I can, well, just record through my mic and record through the webcam and put them together. I figured it all out. I'm pretty new to video editing and producing. I normally only Twitch stream, but so yeah, hopefully in the near future I can record directly through the computer, still use the webcam for other cool stuff like the game cases. So the next things to look out for are just games in general, playing games on this. Other machines I have, some other machines that I might do some stuff with, is I have a Windows 95, another Windows 98, and 2 Commodores. I also have an Xbox original that I want to soft mod, and a bunch of other consoles that I could do anything under the sun for, which I'd love to. So with that, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. I'll give you some gameplay. This has been an install on everything. I'll talk, if you guys want to know more, I'll do an in-depth guide on everything that happened in this video. I know you just saw me click a bunch of shit and install, but that's what happened. I lost all the audio, but I still had the clips, and this is a really good way to introduce myself and let everybody know who I am. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.